him really fighting for diversity. He lamented racial discrimination, what he saw growing up in Florida. And this is on News One, their
Okay.
website. So I'm gonna email it.
See if you can print it, because it's really hard for me
Okay.
once the internet starts flaking and.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? Take a moment to share the broadcast. Good morning. Okay, what am I doing?
I had this thought yesterday, man.
You know you're live.
That's okay, I'm just gonna write it down, all right?
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, I would love to do that. What?
We should do it.
Really?
I think so.
I think it would be so funny. Because she would be like, I would have to. That would be. What's up, Kemet? What up, XKXS on YouTube? She made it. She's here. She's in the building. Good morning, darling. Let me know when you're ready to listen to me. All right. So, I want I want the ride piece. Trump speech yesterday, treason, when he was talking about, he had a rally yesterday talking about the leak, the NFL theme song, the Nike commercial. Game of Thrones should be the theme for the 7 o'clock hour. Whenever I go to the mayor stuff, that should be our thought process on that. Let's do a list of best Game of Thrones quotes too. See if you got anything from Queen Cersei. Like, oh, okay. We gotta find some Cersei quotes. Queen Cersei's most ruthless quotes. No, Carla, I have not. I'll be back to that. That's just obviously with the mayor's race. I want that quote. I want you to keep that ride thing always up. That's because I'm going to be talking about the mayor's race. Yeah, so just keep that. All right, y'all, take a moment, share the broadcast. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Don't forget, Black and White is tomorrow. Oh, can you also, Larry, what's the guy who comes on? Trevor Noah? He did a commentary on Nike and Colin Kaepernick. All right, y'all, take a moment, share the broadcast. What up, Big Brother Kane, Mufasa Red, Principal Elania Moore? Get them kids, get them babies out the street. What up, Sly Townsend? What up, Carla Wells? No, I have not yet. Ian J. Leverson, John Hunt, Carolyn Ray, Carmen A. Coburn. What up, Marvin Hunter? Man, you all over the tube, man, ain't you? Michelle Dowdy. What up? What up, Michelle? What up, Kimberly Patton? What up, Rod Crowder? What up, Denise Sims? What up, Deborah Jones? What up, Oscar Ortiz? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody is rocking and rolling with us this morning. Let's get it cracking. What up, Aaron X? How you feeling, my brethren? That the Air Marshal will be here today. Can you all do me a moment and share the broadcast? Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Tell Todd, just don't say nothing about where the school is. Good morning, y'all. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Share it with your friends. Good morning, Leah. It's raining, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna have some broadcast issues today, I could tell you. It's raining. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Let's do it.
Do it every time. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na, 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. Just you and me.
Good morning, Chicago. Good morning, world. This is the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. And y'all know what? It is a rainy day today, only compounding the fact that I hate Fridays. Well, I usually hate Fridays, but I'm actually not hating this Friday because you know what? Tomorrow, y'all, black and white. Black and white, uncomfortable conversations. We're going to be out in Bolingbrook, Illinois. Over 200 people have RSVP'd. It's going to be off the chain. We're going to be having these conversations, getting this thing kicked off. Because, y'all, we got to get this thing right. I done woke up this morning with a whole just different set of circumstances on my mind. Black people, where are we going? I know I seem like I get to preaching. But look. Before I get started, let's get this thing on the road. Gotta say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom? Annette, how you feeling this Friday, gloomy Friday?
Yeah, this rainy, soggy day, so we're going to have a sermon on a plane today.
You know what? I don't know if I'm going to do too much preaching. I just want to be a little bit reflective, talk about a few things that's happening in the news. Hey, y'all, did y'all hear that the Queen wants to be the king? That's why I wore my honorary shirt today. I'm telling y'all now, the Queen is back. That's right, Tony Preckwinkle. I'm hearing, she making moves. I'm hearing she is putting people in a headlock. Talking about,
cakewalk.
I'm going to be, oh, did you say cakewalk?
Cakewalk.
Oh, no, she wants it to be a cakewalk. But I'm hearing there's some people out there trying to thwart the effort. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But before I even get that far into the game, gotta say what's up to Miss Sonia Escobar. She is the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. Sonia, how you feeling today?
Good morning.
So yes, Sonia, I got my y'all see I got my shirt on.
My shirt.
That's all right. I feel like we might have to pull the shirts back out. We might have to put the team back together.
I had just put it in the back of my closet.
You know what? You might have to pull it out because the queen wants to be the king, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Because this mayor's race is truly Chicago's version of Game of Thrones. I mean, you got people backstabbing. I meant to talk about the Sun-Times front page yesterday. Did you see they had I was a little offended my name wasn't on the front page. Because everybody...
For you, man.
Thank you. You know what? See, that's what I'm talking about. Look, y'all, we got so much to talk about. Chicago's own version of Game of Thrones is going on. I'm going to break it down for you at 7 o'clock with The air marshal is supposed to be flying in, so I'm sure once we get to 50,000 feet, we'll catch up to him. Plus, we're going to talk about the Little Village landlord, you know what else? And NFL players making more money than ever. Y'all, it's the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
More of the...
Yeah, we back. I'm gonna have to put the shirts on for sale. Take a moment, share the broadcast. You want a shirt? Take a moment, share the broadcast. What's up, everybody? No, Sarah Ellis, I didn't, but that would be a smart move. So he could lock in his votes. Cause he gonna use that. He gonna become the most powerful, not powerful lobbyist, but he gonna be rich as all hell once this is over. So it's like, we'll talk about it. So y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. White people want to crown Toni Preckwinkle the queen and the king of black people. They think that because Kim Foxx ran away with a landslide, that was because of Madam Preckwinkle. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm concerned that all the representation of black Chicago will come from the whitest black ward in the city. So if you think about this. Toni Preckwinkle, whether mayor or county board president, Kurt Summers, Sophia King, Kwame Raoul, right? All of our major voices in the highest levels would be coming from Hyde Park. How have we done under that scenario? Think about the fact that black people have 0% of the business at the Cook County Health and Hospital System. So to put that into perspective, Illinois now, the Illinois Medical District, which is in Cook County, which is under the jurisdiction of Cook County, hospitals, health and hospital system generates billions of dollars. Black people have 0% of the contracts there. That is important. Why? Because it is run by someone black who, again, it's okay for the white people to put somebody black in the spot if they're going to keep all the white folks rich. Y'all, we have to be a little bit more. I don't think that we can rebuild the black infrastructure in 6 months, but I do think we could come up with an emergency plan that allows us to deal with our issues immediately and then try to focus on long term. We'll talk about it. I don't know if I'm like amped today or if I'm like really reflective because it's a lot going on. Now maybe it is because I haven't had that much coffee yet, but I think like we have to remember, like, I think you're right. Who just said that about the Joe Barrios? Aaron X, but not only the Joe Barrios, think about Sonia. So Trevor will be for the 8 o'clock hour. I mean, you got to think about, and then think about this. The pop tax will be back because they will be doing it after the beginning of, okay, so here's how the pop tax comes back, because the city and county are different. The city has to pay a budget deficit. She says she believes in it. She could take another crack at it. You know that once the aldermen get a hold of it, Like once you're in city council, they work out a deal and everything sails through. So the pop tax even has the potential to come back, right? I just feel like if you haven't demonstrated your willingness to deal with black folks and try and fight for us, like I'm almost to the point where I'm not saying it has to be a black candidate. It does have to. Let me back up. Let me stop. There has to be a black candidate. And I don't think we need to be worried about selecting the candidate. I think we let the people that run, and we pick a black candidate out of the people that make it through the process. So instead of trying to be the kingmakers, we need to organize the black community to be prepared to go in a direction, right? We don't need to organize to elect anyone. Let them do the work. But we need to organize to be ready to go and say this way, right? I'm not trying to pick a slate. I think I'm trying to get out of marketing a politician, because if you can organize the people, then the politician doesn't count. The politician is only a piece, right? So let's not focus on trying to get a black mayoral candidate. Let's focus on trying to have the black community together to go in a certain direction. And we say we putting all of our chips here. That way we don't get... You are too? The picture. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and y'all, we are in the midst of our own version of Game of Thrones, but you know what? We're going to save that till 7 o'clock. So I want to run through some of the headlines. You know what I want to say? This Jason Van Dyke trial continues. Did you see? We're going to have an update again from Eric Johnson, Gary Chicago Crusader. He is giving us our daily update on the Laquan McDonald. We want a verdict in the Laquan McDonald trial of Jason Van Dyke. So stay tuned for that at 8 o'clock. Shout out to Eric Johnson. Look, Kavanaugh, Supreme Court nominee yesterday was contentious, right? Yesterday, Kamala Harris, she looked fiery walking down. Did you see her? I saw y'all getting all excited. Look at her. Y'all was having Michelle Obama flashbacks. Get them, sister girl. Meanwhile, she fighting to save the immigration. Meanwhile, black people getting ranted. You know what? Let me not even go down that path. But it seems as though Kavanaugh, in spite of his challenging views, will sail through the Supreme Court nominee process, and it looks like we will be getting a conservative member of the court who believes that the president should not be questioned. Sounds like that's right about right for Donald Trump, who, by the way, we'll talk about a little bit later. We're going to do a little reckless speculation. Because have you all heard about this deep throat letter? Now, when I hear deep throat, I never thought political. Maybe, you know what? Let me come back from that too. It's Friday. But this deep throat, this person from inside the White House who has written a letter and said that they are looking out for America, that the presidency is on 2 tracks. Don't worry, America. I felt like it was a little bit... Are you allowed to publish anonymous letters in the New York Times? I mean, I do feel like things are getting a little hairy on both sides. Like, I think this obsession with Donald Trump and trying to get him is going to eventually ruin the credibility. By publishing this letter, I think, and we're going to see, because Donald Trump had a rally yesterday, and I think it further entrenches people into the belief that there is this deep state and that their vote does not count. And it's only going to empower Donald Trump. Can you imagine what happens to the person if they find out who it is? What do you think they're going to do? I think Donald Trump would have like a public firing squad. Like, he would put the person on the news and we would watch him get shot down. All right. Y'all, I don't want to be crass. I don't want to be, I don't want anybody to think that I am heartless or anything in that way. But the landlord in the Little Village trial showed up yesterday to court, and he said he was deeply saddened. Now, 10 children, the worst fire tragedy in years, occurred in Little Village, right? 10 children dead, and we've heard one story about the parents. One story. Now, we done found out that the mom had 21 visits from DCFS, and then we haven't heard anything else. Y'all, I'm just going to tell you that it really is distasteful to me the way this is being covered. How do 10 kids burn up in a fire? Like 10. And we aren't talking about the parents. Now, Samaje Crosby. They still talking about Samaje Crosby's parents right now. Right now. We heard about the mother, where the fathers. Now, let me just tell you, when a black tragedy occurs, they are talking about where the father ain't in the home, he ain't been around. Where is it? Where's the outrage? Where is the compassion? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because somebody hiding from ICE. I don't care what nobody say. Because if they keeping this story quiet, because I'm telling you, something in there has something to do with this is reckless speculation, but I'm just saying. Could you imagine if 10 black kids burned up in the building and the parents weren't home? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, let me stop. Speaking of death, Cook County Sheriff kills 2 speeding through an intersection. Now, we don't know what's going on there, but another Cook County Sheriff, 2 people died. The aftermath was crazy. I just want to point out Symphony Residences in Lincoln Park. I want you all to make sure you take care of your seniors. Make sure we look out for our seniors, especially those of them that are in the homes. Did you see this where the nursing home whole organization conspired to steal $600,000 from a woman, a 93-year-old woman with dementia in their care? People are just crazy. Also, check this one out. Once again, white man chosen to lead Black Lives. That's right, Jesse Sharkey takes over Chicago Teachers Union. Y'all, as we dance, see, why y'all always need an Eminem? Why do we always need an Eminem in the game for black folks? You know what? That's all right. And also, did you see Mayor Rahm Emanuel and Lisa Madigan came up with a compromise on this consent decree? Cops are going to have to radio in after they shoot you. We'll talk about it all. We'll talk about that compromise and more, plus the social media question of the day when we come back after news, traffic, and the weather. What's up, y'all? Take a moment, share the broadcast. Okay, social media question of the day. What do you want to see Rahm do before he leaves? What do you want to see Rahm do before he leaves? I'd like to see him come on the WVON morning show. Let me get my interview. I'd like to see him as a lame duck. Will he have the power? One of the things, what would you like to see happen before Rahm leaves? Take a moment, share the broadcast. Take a moment, share the broadcast. How's everybody doing today? Hey man, I hope y'all saw Trevor Noah. I think y'all gotta understand. So, and I'm not gonna go on this Kaepernick thing. Did somebody yesterday say I was cooning too? Really? Unbelievable. Okay, I need y'all to start coming up with the what's in it for the black people list for Tony Preckwinkle. Yeah, we talking about Capinelli today too with Big O. What's up? Take a moment, share the broadcast. What up, Hassan? What up, Val Free? What up, Anthony Travis, Guy Washington, Michael Bullock, Sheila Aiken? What's up, Alvin Norton? I want to see him do a ballet. I want to see him perform with Hiplet. Take a moment, share the broadcast. We got bugs flying around this mug. What up, Sean J? What up, Kang Mufasa Red? What up, Sean? What up, Andre Smith? Hey, Sean, what the? Sorry. What up, Remy Ramesses? What up, Hassan Al Amin? What up, Alvin? What up, Remy? What up, Darlene Kennard? What up, Tiger Lily? What up, Hassan El Hanan? What up, Dennis Evans in 2 spaces? What up, Nia Malika, ex Shakir Muhammad? Oh, damn. I missed the final call. Brother Edward, if you are there, I hope that sister's not upset with me. I forgot because I got caught up. But please let me know if I could call back and set that up. Thank you. What up, Sarah? What up, Alvin? Did somebody give me the finger? Oh, I was like, Quentin, boy, I thought you gave me the finger. I was about to be like, ooh. What up, John McKay? Shout out to Bolingbrook in the building. What up, Leah Charrier? What up, Darlene Kennard? What up, Carla Wells? What up, John Rembert? I'm gonna do a Just Do It. I Have a Dream speech. Watch. Y'all gonna be mad at me because I would have so much fun. I think this story is hilarious because okay. So can I just talk about this Kaepernick thing? Capinelli. Let me talk about Capinelli because I'm not dissing him for what he did and I'm not denigrating his thing. What I'm suggesting to y'all is that this was a great marketing ploy. It was tremendous. It was awesome, and I think that the thing that concerns me is our get paid mentality over our struggle. I'm not saying he should give any money back. Everybody has the right to do what they want to do with their money. Okay? So shout out to Nike for recognizing that Nike is recognizing that there is a rolling black awakening that is happening. And but black people, even when they march, want to be fashionable. Think about it. Colin Kaepernick, I'm not going to be hyper today. Until later. Colin Kaepernick is not playing in the NFL. He is banned, blacklisted. In spite of playing, his jersey sails to the top. Now, not the Colin Kaepernick black-owned, produced black jersey, but the Colin Kaepernick jersey provided by Nike. So now, when you go out, so when the Colin Kaepernick march happened last year, there were at least 20 people who had on Colin Kaepernick jerseys, relatively new jerseys, right? Okay, I'll be back to that. Remind me. I'm a ban Eminem. Ban him. No M&Ms. You know black people love them Eminem though. Y'all in the movie rooting for the white boy to beat the black dudes. See how they get you? That's crazy. Come on, Rabbit. You can do it. Beat the black people, Rabbit. They're picking on you, Rabbit. No. Because the white boy triumphs over the evil black people. I love 8 Mile. Fuck out of here. You are tuned into the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Good God, another Eminem. You know what? Black people love them some Eminem. Let me just tell you. Black people love a dancing white boy. Black people love a white boy that can talk a white gentleman who can get urban. That's why y'all still love Bill Clinton. Well, you know what? I got to give Bill Clinton some props, though, because he made it to the president. He made it to Aretha's funeral, but the first. So, how does it? So, at the Aretha Franklin funeral, let me just ask, how did that work? So, the fact that the first actual black president didn't show up, but the fake first black president did show up, is Bill Clinton like the first vice black president? Because let me stop. Let me get out of there. Let me get back to the social media question of the day. So I don't know if you all saw in the news yesterday, apparently Rahm Emanuel and Lisa Madigan, 2 outgoing elected officials, both have said, I have enough. Yesterday, they came to a compromise on the consent decree. And basically, they said now the police will have to call in or radio in whenever they pull a gun on someone. Okay. I was kind of like, But it got me to thinking that Rahm is probably in what you call a lame duck position. Now, let's be clear. Before he goes, it's getting ready to be a lot of rich people. Because I'm telling you now, he about to have a fire sale. Come on, man. Y'all done ran the man out. Have y'all heard these interviews? He is ticking up. He like, I did this for y'all, this for y'all. You gonna miss me when I am gone. But in the meantime, he's probably signing some deals, trying to get some things done that you might not ordinarily be able to get done in an election year. But since he doesn't have an election coming up, he's getting some stuff done. This consent decree included. But it got me to thinking, like I always do, what's in it for the black people? What are the most important things that Rahm needs to get done for black people before he leaves? Better yet, and so let's have a little fun with this. Can y'all help me out? What would you like to see Rahm do before he leaves office? So give us a call, 773-591-1690. What would you like to see Rahm do before he leaves office? Now, this is not just for black people, but if you're black, so let me just say this. I know some of y'all gonna be like, I want to see him do the bus stop. Because y'all already saw him do the cha-cha slide, and that was enough. But I'm suggesting, you know what I want to see him do? In the realm of dancing, the little girls from Hiplet, the girls that do the dancing, the ballet hip-hop dancing, the tutus, they go to the store, and I want to see Rahm do the tutu dance with the Hiplet girls. I'm also thinking I'd like to see him possibly redistribute some of that TIF money. Maybe I'd like to see him. What would you like to see Rom do? Is there anything you think Rom needs to do before he leaves? Or are you like, would you like to see him go now? Like, would you say, hey man, why don't you get your stuff and go now? Hit the road, Jack. Give us a call, 773-591-1690. What would you like to do? What would you like to see Rom do? You know what? Can we call Rom? Give Rom a call. See, I've been, Ron been playing me for a long time. And I'm just feeling like, man, maybe we could be cool now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no more beef. I'm just saying, Ron, pick up the phone. Call your man.
Voicemail of the Ram father. I cannot come to the phone right now because I'm working on my master plan to rid the city of the colors. If you'd like to leave me a message, please do so with caution. Because if you're asking me for a favor, please be reminded that you may be asked to do me a favor. In the future, if you're still serious, leave a message after the beep. This is the Ram father.
Hey, Ron. Psst. It's your guy, Maze Jackson. You know, from the WVON morning show. I've been calling you, man, for months and months on end. And now you're about to leave out. Now, hey, man, I didn't mean no harm. I just, you just closed 53 schools. You know what I'm saying? Black people just slid off the cliff. And I know you didn't mean no harm. That's why I'm saying, can you come talk to me? Can you come call the could you stop into the WVON morning show? Holla at your boy Maze, right? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just want you to come talk to Black Chicago, like straight up, real talk. We want to know what was on your mind. What was you really thinking? I promise I won't be mean. I won't tell no jokes. I just want you to come talk to the Black community of Chicago. Not at the L station, not at a ward meeting. Dang, man, you caught my message. Look, y'all, what do you want to see Rahm Emanuel do before he leaves? Look, he's got one more budget. One more budget. He's going to put a lot of stuff in it. I'm telling you now, hedge fund managers, they going to get paid. Traders, they going to get paid. I'm telling you, all the people, billboard companies, everybody, they getting ready to cut. I bet you it's going to be more contracts let in the next year that will be multi-year contracts than you ever saw. And I'm saying, what is in it for the black people? Black people, what do you want to see? Tony, what do you think Rahm should do before he leaves office?
Yeah, a couple things he could do. One, he can open up a couple of those mental clinics that he shut down and take care of all these folks walking around here like they got mental or may have mental issues. Another thing, he needs to institute a per transaction tax down there at that Board of Exchange on all those transactions that taking place and all these folks coming into this city using all of our resources, and then at the end of the day they all marching to the Amtrak or to the Metro and leaving the city. Last but not least, I want him to catch all these graffiti artists that are tagging our city like it's New York and Detroit. The city is starting to look like a damn open coloring book, and every time you drive up and down the expressway, you see somebody that re-tagged a spot that already been painted over. So they need to catch these guys and get these guys up off the street.
Man, so you had a list for them, Tony. You had a list.
Whole list.
You got a whole list.
That's half the list. I'm leaving for the next person to put their laundry list on the table, but that's just a partial list there.
Man, all right, Tony, I appreciate you. Give us a call, 773-591-1690. What do you want to see Rahm Emanuel do before he leaves office? Whether it's funny, whether it's friend, whether it's funny or whether it's real, you know, what do you want to see him do? You know what I'd like to see him do? I'd like to see him create a pool of money for black entrepreneurs to create corner stores in our neighborhoods, right? Put $15 million, $20 million in a pot in this next budget for black entrepreneurs training and actually operating retail businesses in our neighborhoods. That's what I'd like to see. Because I'm going to tell you, I think he's going to be looking to burnish his legacy. Now, he's looking to get paid. But I think nobody wants to leave with everybody knowing that the black people didn't like you. Look, we got to go to traffic and weather. But when we come back, we are asking the social media question of the day. Give us a call, 773-591-1690. What do you want to see Rahm Emanuel do before he leaves office? We'll be back.
Hi, my name is Marie Crawford.
Oh!
I'm 8th grade at National Teachers Academy, and please save our school.
Punched in the head in Charlottesville.
Huh?
Remember when
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up on the talk.
Charlottesville?
Yeah, they were walking him away.
Oh, okay.
Well, they got charged. They went to trial, and they got convicted, and they got sentenced.
Two.
So you know what the sentence is for punching a Nazi?
What?
That's a $1 fine. That's a.
Oh, a fine for punching a Nazi is $1.
Yes.
Let's go punch. I got $1,000.
Apparently, there's a in a related story, there was a neo-Nazi propaganda campaign from prisons that started of Nazi punching, and there's a group of proponents that approve of Nazi punching. There's even fictional Nazi punchers, like Indiana Jones was a Nazi puncher.
That's a program aimed at increasing diversity in America's business management ranks. PhD project has been responsible for the increase in the number of minority business professors from 294 in 1994 to nearly 1,500 today. That should
Damn well I'll be done punched the Nazi. Got in trouble. Hey,
Adele,
take a moment, share the broadcast. What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling this morning? I'm feeling good. All right, shout out to Brother Patah. What up? Are y'all? Who's coming to Black and White tomorrow?
Business credit. Call 877 by Dell.
Do you have the audio for Black and White? Can you take the audio from my commercial?
Special financing available.
Like the Black and White commercial, the video? And give me one of those, like come in from a break with it. What up, Mark Quinn? What up, Dana? What up, Mike Brown? Man, Mila is a fake account created by another one of the people who are trying to, once again, be a distraction. So, I would like to release the hounds. Destroy her. Tiger, Patah, get her. And then, and use, and Reese Mo, if you feel like you want to put a couple emojis on there, that's cool too. What's up, Tiger? What up? We wanted you to be gone. Bye, bro. Poof. What up, Sheila Aiken? What's up, Val Free? What up, Dale Murray? What up, Kang Mufasa Red? What up, Hassan? What up, Helene Walsh? What up, Tiger? What up, Carla? What up, Jamila? What up, Kang Mufasa Red? What up, Darlene Kennard? What up, Lente? What up, Guy Washington? What up, Dale Murray? What up, Patah? What up, Antonio? What up, Leah? Take a moment, share the broadcast. Hey, y'all, give us a call, 773-591-1690.
Traffic and weather.
All right, y'all. Who's coming to Black and White tomorrow? Y'all coming? It's going down! Down, down, down tomorrow. Do I got to go get me a new outfit? I'm gonna have to wear Nikes tomorrow. I'm gonna wear my red, black, and green Nikes, okay? Do I need to wear a suit to black and white tomorrow? See, like, because we got to be ready because it's going to be a TV show, y'all. I'm telling y'all. It's going to be TV. You crazy. Dennis, there you go, instigating. What up, TT? What up, Dennis Evans? What up, Melly Chris? What up, Aaron X? What up, Sean J? What up, Sil? What up, Aaron? What up, Kemet? Hey, y'all gotta take a moment. I need to get to 1,000 on, I need to get to 1,000 on Facebook, on YouTube. Dang, Toussaint, you're a little late, brother. What up, Rick Good? What up, Felicia? What up, Sly? Sly, you be flip-flopping, going back and forth. What you want from me? Take a look at what you see. All right, Total versus Escape. Who was better, Total or Escape? I'm taking Total for me. Take a look at what you see. Don't you know if it's right here? That mean you can have 4 years. Now, Mace be the one that see you doing good. I don't want to get rich, leave you in the hood. You the therapist. Like me cause my status. Average. Established. Favorites. Till you feel you're a rabbit. Once you can have, you can grab. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and y'all, we are asking the social media question of the day. See, black people, this is what I be talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all want? Why don't black people, we're going to talk about this too. Because black people, I think we need an emergency plan. We don't even know what we want. So before we try and talk about electing a mayor, a black mayor, we got to know what we want. But before we talk about the future, as our current mayor likes to talk about, the future, let's talk about what we can get right now. What is it, if you knew Mayor Emanuel was listening right now, and you knew, and I'm going to tell you, somebody is listening, they going to tell him, what would you tell the mayor that you want him to do before he leaves office? Dave, you on the Talk of Chicago 1690. I'm great. How about you?
I saw a crisis at its precipice. Mental health has to be addressed in these communities to lift people up. People are so depressed and so beaten down that they almost can't lift up.
Now, Dave, when you say they're so beaten down and so depressed, so what do we get out of the mental health clinics? What do you want him to do? So when you say more, what do you want him to do? Tell me how. Tell me what you want.
There is no doubt that people are traumatized. I want him to reopen those mental health clinics and reopen twice as many because he closed those and closed positions in the school system for that support. And he knows it because this August, he opened up 160 social work positions.
So social work. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm gonna tell you what though. Can we acknowledge that this was not the mental health mayor? Can we acknowledge that this was the make money mayor? Right? And I'm suggesting that what do we want? I'm telling y'all now. The O'Hare construction deal is going down. $10 billion. I'm telling you that the construction is still happening. Can we put a deal in place that forces community benefit agreements? What if he was to be like, I'm going to give you a community benefits agreement. I support a community benefits agreement on the Obama library. Right? What could the mayor do? What do you want from him before he leaves? And I'm going to just tell y'all, you better get your list together. Because they're going to be looking to find who is the next person, and they're going to be trying to find out what those demands are. Karen, we're going to talk to Chicago. What do you want from the mayor before he leaves?
Well, good morning, all kings and queens.
Good morning.
I want every one of my black businesses to have a contract. I want the reverse of the meters, reverse it to can hits. I want a contract on the toll road. I want all the streets that be redone. I want blacks to have the contract. Just sign up contracts for a lifetime before you leave office. That's what I want.
That's it.
And I want, what's his name, Van Dyke, to go to jail, which I know he's not, but I want him to go to jail.
You know what, Sister Karen, see that's what I be talking about with Karen. Right? She like, let's move forward. Let's speak. Look, y'all. So this was once again an exercise. Right? This was an exercise. And so if you're in the sound of my voice, I want you to understand the exercise here. He who does not ask does not get. Right? So you don't know now what you want from the guy when he's going to be passing out goodies and trinkets. Right? The alderman said, hey man, we want that $8 million you got in the account because we know they coming for us for supporting you. And he's giving them the $8 million. You see how that works? So what I am suggesting to you is maybe you don't have a demand for Mayor Emanuel on his way out. Maybe you're just happy that he's on the way out. But when the next person that they try to coordinate, because they're trying to coordinate someone, comes along and you don't get anything, we don't get anything because we don't have a collective ask. Remember when I asked you, when you know somebody is going out the door, this is the best time to get it. Now, we didn't ask President Obama for nothing, and then we got mad. Right? Or demand, better yet. So now, what you got is a mayor that is departing that has no shame. He signed the consent. He on the consent decree now. Cops he got a lot of leeway. Make some demands, or you're going to be mad because they already making the plan to put somebody in the spot. So let's talk about that when we come back. Yo, this is Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. When we come back, we're going to talk about this mayor's race. The queen who wants to be the king. We'll be back.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation. 1690 WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
You want reparations? Okay, now I need y'all to be logical and I need y'all to be rational. Sammy, how is Ron gonna give you reparations? Like, you want him to go lobby for that? When he leaves, he don't got nothing. You need to put it in perspective. Like, I need for y'all to be realistic. So, if we knew that King Drive, so they're going to do everything right now to make sure that the aldermen that are in place get whatever they need. So every street, pipe, road, street light, all that's going to get fixed. And I'm suggesting to you that you got to understand the game. And we don't have a demand. So what did you ask for? All right. Anyway, back to I think I was talking about the Kaepernick thing. So with the Kaepernick thing, again, I'm not mad at him getting paid. I'm not mad at Nike for taking advantage of the situation. I just want us to be realistic. Again, what happens when Skittles does a Trayvon Martin commercial? And they donate money to the foundation. Now, if that's cool, it's okay. I just need to know that so that I don't, right? So do we buy more Swishers because Mike Brown was killed with Swishers, over some Swishers? See, I'm concerned that what we are allowing is white corporations to market Black Death as a sales tool, right? That concerns me. It also concerns me that, so now, are the protests, how are the city, like, does Nike get on the protest schedule? Are the banners, the Black Lives Matter banner, or the banners sponsored by Swoosh? I'm not tripping, because I'm telling you, I'm sure if, I just need to know the ground rules, because if that's the case, I could probably get a lot of sponsorship for protests, right? Because now, does that mean that since Adidas didn't, because it was a bidding war for Colin Kaepernick, not because of his football skills, but because of his status as an icon in this fight. So now, does Nike protest Adidas stores? Or does Nike, are you out of, so who's gonna get the next activism sponsorship, right? I'm not tripping. Let me know if I can market activism. Because if that's the case, then I know people that I could go to, that I could use what's in it for the Black people and all that to get y'all hyped up and cut a deal. So does that mean that that there's going to be a deal? Does that mean that there's a sponsorship deal for the Laquan McDonald protest? Right? Does now every time a protester speak, they have to have their swoosh? Is there a bidding war for all of that? I rock Nike, and I rocked Nike before that. But I just want to know, because I feel like I want to know if I'm in a so let me go back. So I went to the Colin Kaepernick march this year, and at least 20 people had on Colin Kaepernick jerseys. Now, I remember when he was popular the Super Bowl year, but in Chicago, I don't know how many people were buying. Some of these jerseys look brand new, fresh. So now think about this. At $100 a pop or $200 a pop, $150 times 20, that was $3,000 that Nike potentially made off that march, plus the camera time, plus the positive goodwill. Now, that happened at every NFL stadium across the country that day. So let's say it was 14 times 3,000. Now, I'm not saying that, but I want you to think about when you think about what NWA did for sports apparel when they started wearing the black hats, right? Like, you got to understand, we create trends that create billion-dollar industries. And I'm just telling you that somebody is like, this trend is, we can have the people watching the NFL and we can have the people protesting the NFL and keep them in separate buckets. There was not one there was nothing about police brutality. There was nothing about kneeling in the commercial. It was about immigrants and all types of everything else, right? That wasn't and I'm not tripping, but I don't know with a woman with, man, I'm through. I'm not mad at the situation. I'm just helping y'all understand that in 10 years, when the kids that were buying equality shoes think that Nike was the champion of black people, and they think that the end all be all of their activism is to get an endorsement deal, then you gonna be mad. And I'm telling you, if you think niggas is chasing the cameras, what do you think happens when they start seeing Nike deals? You gonna have protests everywhere just for the ability to I mean, I just can't believe that. I'm not saying that they don't have, but the point of business is to make money. Nike is not a charitable foundation. They don't go to their board of directors and say, oh, this is so good and this is a social cause. They got a social cause budget and it's only a couple $1 million. Do you understand how much money they're going to make off of Colin Kaepernick? A line of clothing? Get your money.
Found.
And which truth is that?
Knowledge is power.
Seize him. Cut his throat.
You are tuned in to Talk Chicago 1690 AM, and I don't know if you all watch the HBO series Game of Thrones, but if you're not, you need to go catch up. They took off a year, so you can catch up all 7 seasons. And the reason I'm telling you to do that is because Game of Thrones ain't got nothing on Chicago politics. And that voice that you heard in the background right there was Queen Circe. Now, if you know anything about Queen Circe, she is ruthless. She is bloodthirsty, but she is a boss. And she will cut down anybody that gets in her way in her pursuit of power as she sits on the Iron Throne. Now, why do we say that today? Because, ladies and gentlemen, our very own queen, not the queen of Wakanda, you may remember as the queen of sugar, but now she's trying to trade that queen's crown in for the throne. She wants to be the king, and she wants to sit on the Iron Throne of Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I'm talking about right now, that is the Queen Circe Sugar of Chicago, Illinois, Cook County politics, Madam President Toni Preckwinkle. Now, you may remember her from her former life as the Queen Sugar, who tried to implement the sugar tax against us. Well, now you all, I'm hearing that she is making calls around Cook County. She's calling the Democratic committeemen, and she's closing in on becoming the choice of the Cook County Democratic Party to be the mayor of Chicago. But I gotta ask myself, and we have to ask, do we want another unmitigated boss? Does Toni Preckwinkle, should she be mayor? Now the question, now I bring this up because in case you've been under a rock and don't understand, Mayor Rahm Emanuel has declined to rerun. He's not running again. And so people are coming out of the woodwork. Now part of the game in this is there's 2 things you gotta do. You gotta move quick. So we heard Toni Preckwinkle tell us time and time again that she was not interested in running for mayor and she would not run against Mayor Emanuel. So I got to say, Toni, when we needed you, you said no. But now that he's out She's making moves. She's running everywhere. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things that people are telling me, all the white folks are saying, Maze, Toni Preckwinkle is going to be the nominee because all the black people love Toni Preckwinkle. That she speaks for the black community in the political world. And I was kind of like, she speaks for the Fourth Ward. And I said, but it's like in politics, perception is reality. And so, you know, I wonder, do we, I want a black mayor. Or at least I want black issues to be at the forefront. And so as I look at all of these white folks calling me up saying, Maze, it's just a done deal. It's just done. Toni Preckwinkle is it because all the black people support her. And I said, well, what do you base that on? Well, look what she did with Kim Foxx. No, Jason Van Dyke did that. LaQuan McDonald did that. And I think that there's this perception in the world that every black person bows down to the queen. And I think she's got the white folks, the white committeemen so scared that they're all just going to pledge their support. But I got to ask, how have black people done with Toni Preckwinkle as the president of the county board? How's our employment? I think about when my mayor Richard Boykin called up and said black people get 0.0% of the Cook County health and hospital systems. I think about how many times white companies got waivers to not have to have black participation. I look at the county board explosion, what's happening in the medical district, and I do the math and I don't see black people doing their thing. And so I gotta ask the question, where does this perception come from? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? See, I feel like it's like being the best of an era. Being the best of an era between Michael Jordan and LeBron James, right? So like, you know how everybody kind of forgets Kobe? It's like right now there's nobody on the bench. There's nobody out there. And so white folks who keep hearing that black folks are upset keep feeding us black folks that they find palatable. Black folks that they can work with that make them feel comfortable, and black folks that are comfortable making white folks comfortable. But you gotta ask, what's in it for the black people? And black people, the Democratic Party right now is trying to coronate a king or a queen. They haven't come out in the community. They haven't talked to us. You know what? As a matter of fact, when I say, hey, y'all, when you talk to black elected officials and you say, can we collaborate on coming up with something in the best interest of black people in this mayoral race, this is what you get from the head of the Black Caucus.
The easiest thing to do is start having conversations with not being judgmental. I mean, too often, and I must say that happens a lot on your show, even, Maze. We can't have a conversation without being judgmental.
So you got to think about this. Remember when Tim Evans was being victim? Now, I'm not going to be the biggest Tim Evans defender, but I want you to remember who led the conspiracy to oust the first black chief judge. You got to think about voting for $1 billion in tax increases. You got to think about this was the person that destroyed the Stroger legacy. And I'm saying that as we move forward, and all these white folks are telling us, this is our choice, this is the best choice for you. I'm just saying, black folks, can we slow down? Let the politicians do what they do. But if you know they haven't been speaking for you for all this time, do you think that if we haven't done well in the county, that something's going to change at the city?
Judgmental.
So let me ask you a question. Have we seen any candidates black plan? Have we seen any candidates, while white folks are busy telling us that that's our choice, has anybody come to the black community and said, this is what our plan is to rebuild the black infrastructure? And I don't expect it from nobody white, but are you telling me that we can't expect it from somebody that purports to be the candidate for black people? What's the black plan? What's the black plan? We don't even got a black chief of staff. Come on now. So if you ain't good enough to run the county, if we can't, and we ain't never had no black chief of staff since the Strogers. And that's, hey y'all, give us a call, 773-591-1690. Look, I'm saying I'm happy to listen to everybody, but we cannot coordinate someone who hasn't even acknowledged that we exist. We got 0.0 at the Cook County Health and Hospital System. She's in Washington, D.C. asking white folks for money to come back to charge us and hit us back with the pop tax. Give us a call, 773-591-1690. I'm going upset.
Judgmental.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. Coming this fall.
Take a moment, share the broadcast. Yeah, I don't have a problem taking the best choice, but I don't want no damn court, no. I'm suggesting this. I'm suggesting that it is hard to beat the organization of the machine, but let's not organize around the candidate. Let's organize around black people being able to say this way. See, here's my thing. You got white Democratic politicians saying Tony's our best option. And I'm saying, yes, there are people that vote for her, but they vote for her because who's she running against? Right? Like, again, who's she running against? It's like I'm an all-star when I'm playing against my son. Right? When I'm playing against Boog, I am an all-star. I'm dunking. I'm doing everything. So, my thing is, like, white people vote for her. Black people voted for Todd when Todd was in the race. Got it. Think about this, y'all. Black people, when they had the choice to vote for Tony and Todd, they voted for Todd. White people put her over the top. Now, since then, who is she run against? Bob Fioretti? Who else? Now, in a crowded field, the first person she's courting is not black people. She's courting white people. She's talking to Bloomberg. She's talking to everybody but black people. And so what you're going to do is say, yes, I'm saying don't allow white folks to give us her. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be right back. think my dog's looking for me. Used to think about it all the time. Now friends seem to think that you're so peachy keen. My friends seem to think it's all in your mind. Oh yeah. What have you done for me lately?
Perfect, aren't you? Praying. What are you praying for? For the gods to have mercy on us all.
Oh, on all of us?
Yes, Your Grace.
Even me?
Of course, Your Grace.
Even Joffrey?
Joffrey is my...
Oh, shut up, you little fool. Praying to the gods to have mercy on us all. The gods have no mercy, that's why they're gods.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the voice of Queen Circe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the WVON morning show. And you know what? I don't. You're probably wondering why I went on this little tirade, but I'm talking about what's going on in the mayor's race. Apparently, from what I am hearing, Madam President Tony Queen Sugar Preckwinkle is in Washington, D.C., circling around trying to get money to launch a mayoral bid. I'm hearing that she's going to announce the launch of an exploratory committee on Monday. And I'm asking that as she's running for county board president, and black people have 0.000% of the contracts at the Cook County Health and Hospital systems, shouldn't she be announcing an exploratory committee as where the black contracts are at Cook County? Should that be she should be announcing that, maybe. Now, y'all, see, the problem is, though, that, Madam, perception is reality in politics. And everybody white thinks that all the black people love Madam President Tony Preckwinkle. And, you know, people keep saying, man, y'all keep voting for her. But I'm saying it's like it's the best of an era, because who's she really running against? Think about this. If you watch Poli-Sci 101, you better go back and get that on my Facebook page. Go to the Maze Jackson page. Poli-Sci 101. You saw that Tony Preckwinkle was really the sword that ended the Harold Washington legacy. Let me break this down for you. Tim Evans was the embodiment of the Harold Washington movement, like it or not. Her career was built on taking him out. She was the daily tool to put the knife through the heart of the Harold Washington era. When you think about University of Chicago white progressives, if you think about the seat of all political black power will reside in the 4th ward, in the whitest black ward in the city, think about the University of Chicago running the mayor's office. What does that mean for black people? What does it mean for Woodlawn? Hey, y'all, I'm telling y'all, all the white Democratic committeemen are sitting around like, if we don't, the black people are going to go against us because Tony is the boss of black people. And I'm just saying, y'all, y'all know I love me some Kim Foxx. And I know she came from Madam Preckwinkle. But black people elected Kim Foxx, white folks, so you clear. Jason Van Dyke elected Kim Foxx, so we clear. I just want you to be clear that when we had the highest which we still have, and everybody in the world said Joe Barrios is bogus, who told us we should just bend over and take it? But you know what? I'm telling y'all, I know all the black people love Tony Preckwinkle. I know it. I know I'm crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't get mad at me. I apologize. All right, we're going to the phone lines. Sister Zakia, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll let you slide, Mace, because see, you're young and you wasn't around to witness the real history. See, when you're on the sideline and in the thick of things, you remember the history. That's why it's important that the elders sit with the young people so they can give them the scoop on everybody, and that's what we're going to be doing. But let me just tell you this. All black people do not love Toni Preckwinkle. First of all, for the most part, she is in the University of Chicago's plantation. She's on that plantation. But the residents of Ida B. Wells will not forget Toni Preckwinkle and how she signed on to having that housing development destroyed, tore down, homeless people sleeping in the park and out on the street. They won't forget her for that. The residents in Woodland Park, down here where I live, will not forget how she allowed and voted for the condo conversion to start because she's in like Flynn with the developers. She sent them down here to converge on us, to kick us out of here so they could converge to condos. But I was lucky because Allah was on my side. I fought for a year and I'm still here. But let me tell you, there are a lot of us that will not support her because we are still Strozier supporters. We support Strozier. We remember what she did to him about the 1 cent tax.
Thank you, Sister Zakiya. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm telling y'all, white folks all around the country are saying Toni Preckwinkle is the queen, about to be the king of black people. Tanya, what's up? Toni Preckwinkle is the boss of black people, and they trying to coordinate her on Monday. What do you think?
For once, I agree with you, Mace. Thanks for taking my call. All she's going to do is just think of ways to tax us more. I was just too through with the sugar tax.
I'm going to tell y'all, now let me just tell you, if you think that the sugar tax ain't coming back in city council, you out your rabbit. Now you got to show me in the last 40 years when a mayor has lost a vote in city council. Show it to me. And if you can't show it to me, I'm telling you, the sugar tax is coming back. And she already said it just should have been repackaged. Let's go I'm going to take one more call. Ken, you on Talk Chicago, 1690.
Yeah, hi, Maze. Listen, we got to be strategic, though, Maze. When Laquan got shot, I marched. We went out there, and of all the mayoral candidates, the only one that I know that was out there was Toni Preckwinkle. She marched. She didn't make a big deal about it.
But you know what? She marched with Tom Balinoff. Like, see, guys, that's that Nike stuff again, right? So we got to march for Laquan McDonald, and the black folks go put the head of SEIU in front of the Black People's March for Dead People, for a dead brother. I'm not tripping, but I'm saying if we got 0.0 at the Cook County Health and Hospital Systems, if you are looking at the medical district being rebuilt and all these rich white folks are coming in and talking about they're going to make $1 billion over 10 years, and you look around and I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm going to just say this. I'm just saying, before we allow the party to coronate our king, can they at least talk to us? Because I'm telling you, the white folks would like nothing better than to have Toni. Shoot, Madigan, like, think about it. Everybody else will be all good. Nothing changes for them. But what's in it for the black people? Look, y'all, we're going to talk about it more when we come back after traffic and the weather.
Live from the WVON newsroom, here's our news now.
A rainy Friday morning in Chicago, temperatures are expected to peak out at around 70 degrees. Good morning. I'm in Illinois, and here's what's happening. Family and friends hosted a vigil last night for a Chicago teenager who was killed by the same...
What's up, y'all? Take a moment, share the broadcast. Hey, Maria Munoz. What up, Tiger Lily? I mean, they all marched, but they wasn't there when we shut the stores down. You know what I'm saying? They all just, come on, man. William Torch, what up? What up, Tiger Lily? What up, Tucson? That is that Nike stuff. I'm telling you. What up, John Hunt? What up, Antonil? What up, Tiger Lily? What up, Maria? What up, Salim? What up, Jim Alita? What up, Antonil? What up, Daryl Murray? What up, Sean? What up? Oh, no. We'll talk about the other camps. So, here's the thing, guys. My estimation. We gotta get a black candidate in the runoff, right? And so that's why I'm suggesting that we don't organize around a candidate. We organize black people. And once we organize black people, the candidates won't matter. If we can get everybody to go that way, then we'll be good. If we can get everybody to go that way, we'll be good. The key is, because I'm gonna say that the black candidate in the runoff means that our issues have to be forefront. We have to make both of them pass a test, right? So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, we need to spend the next 6 months, let the process weed the people out. Let the process weed the people out, and then once we got the best candidate, the best black candidate, the chance to win, we take all the organizing we've been doing and push it to them to push them into the runoff. Now, at that time, then, see, I don't know if you've got time to have a platform, like there's not gonna be white papers, etc. We need to, in that time of organizing, put together the platform to make them say yes to this, yes to no. You can even leave black people to their own devices after the runoff if you have your agreements together and you say both of y'all have to pledge to do this, right? Now you don't tell them that they got to vote for the black candidate, but you make sure. I'm about to let Big O in. Hold on. I was like, you done boycotted us. What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
Get my vacation in.
Cause it's time to work. You back in the season, so sit right in the middle. Right, move your chair to the middle. Time for you to make that cake.
Yeah.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. The Air Marshal is in the building. The Air Marshal is in the building. Well, you don't have any plug in. Hold on. Is that what you got on? Hold on. Keep them on. Keep them on. Put them on.
Yeah, you gotta flip the round.
Yeah, you can't tell me can you good? All right. All right, y'all. Big O in the building. So, you know, we talking about this mayor's race right now. Then after we get through with that, we going into the NFL. We gonna talk about Colin, man.
A whole lot to talk about right now. This world's going crazy in the handbasket.
Is it okay? You good?
Oh.
All right, y'all. Take a moment, share the broadcast. That's yesterday's, I think. Is that today? No, that's today's. Oh, thank you, Lente. That was super nice. Y'all, I know I gotta do better, but I need some, Damn, I'm sorry. Hey, y'all got somebody outside for the other show. Impossible. Black people cannot be racist in America. We can be prejudiced, but not racist. Lady. I know you come a long way, baby, but you don't need that heart of stone. No. To prove that you can do it, baby. Are y'all get? Here we go. This getting their hair done and stuff. Y'all know I get jealous, right? You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Paige Jackson. Yeah, we got the WVON morning show. We got it cracking. And you know what that you heard in the background? Tomorrow, Bolingbrook, we are invading. That's right, we coming to the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Myself, Joe Walsh, Uncomfortable Conversations, Black and White. Shout out to Mayor Roger Claire. I see you, RSVP, and I see everybody. We are going to be there. Bolingbrook Golf Club. Do not miss it. I think I just got, it was sold out, but I think we got 20 more tickets released. So if you want to get a chance to go see Black and White, Maze Jackson, Joe Walsh, meet us out in Bolingbrook at the golf club tomorrow, 2:00 p.m. It is going down. Hey man, you know, this is the Soul Plane. We are at 50,000 feet, getting it on. We are talking about the, Hold it, wait, who is this? Ladies and gentlemen, I should have known something was going on because I saw the pilot in the window. I saw the news lady in the window. Everybody was looking. Ladies and gentlemen, 50,000 feet. I don't know how he does it all the time. It is the Air Marshal, Big Otis Wilson. How do you fly and blow kisses at the same time?
Oh, man, multitasking, my brother. Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing? I'm finally back.
Big
Morning, welcome back.
Hey, welcome, my love.
You see, look, cut all that mess out. Y'all, this is my show, and I don't care when nobody says, I don't care if you are 6'5", I don't care if you are benching. This is my show. This is the man. But, Air Marshal, man, brother, where you been, man?
Well, just vacationing and kind of taking care of my mind, body, and soul, and now I'm back. I'm rejuvenated and ready to work.
Ready to rock and roll, man. The season started last night. I can't wait to talk to you about your old team and everything going on. But Big O,
talk to me.
You got back in town, man. And you look, man. You know what? Juan posted a post this week about when we first met, when I first talked to you about the show, and you told me about the Queen. See, I got my Queen Sugar shirt on. Because the Queen Sugar is back. You left, you come back, and the mayor done stepped, talking about he ain't running again. Big O, give me your perspective, man, and what do you think? Because it's a lot going on right now.
Well, no doubt about it. This world is crazy. From top to bottom, and, you know, here in Chicago, you're seeing that Rahm is not going to run, and seems like it's about 20 people in the mix right now to run for that position, and now it seems like they threw a flash bulletin out there that really hadn't been confirmed yet, that, you know, as you call it, the Queen Sugar.
Don't you get yourself in trouble, man.
Well, no, I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm going to say what I want to say. Come find me. I'll tell you where I live.
Get a Big O.
So they throw it. It's just like they just pushing stuff on us, you know. And you made a great point. You know, let the people decide what's going on, get educated enough, and then find out what's going on. But somebody step out there that's for the people.
See, Big O.
Somebody step out there that's for the people, because all they do is tax us, and tell us to be quiet. They don't spend no money in our community.
Big O, and I'm telling you, it's like, here's the thing though, the white people love Toni Preckwinkle, and they tell us that she is the person that best represents us, and I'm saying you could atone by the sugar tax, which you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Big O, let me ask you a question. Have you can you ever think of a time when any mayor has lost a vote in city council?
Well, no, they control that.
So then think about Tony Preckwinkle being the being the mayor and bringing up the sugar tax.
It'll be business as usual.
We're going to be getting taxed for the sugar too.
It'll be business as usual, and,
But check it out, Big O.
It ain't going to represent us.
See, that's my thing, but we got to fix... See, what happens is a lot of these politicians use perception, and then they get us. You know what? Let me take 2 more calls, and then, Big O, I'm going to tell you about who the players are, because, the green team done got in. Obama's playing. It's going down in Chicago. But Novia, talk to me. I mean, they trying to coordinate the queen to make her the king. They say all black people love her. What am I missing? Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
Well, Maze, it's same old politics with Tony Preckwinkle, the same old corruption. They want to continue that. Now, who needs to be running, and I know he's running, is Willie Wilson. Black people need to get behind Willie Wilson or Dorothy Brown.
Oh, so see, Willie Wilson or Dorothy Brown. I'm going to take 2 more, and then I'm going to tell you what I think we need to do. Ryan, you want to talk Chicago. Tony Preckwinkle, man, they trying to coordinate her. They trying to say she the queen, about to be the king of black people.
Man, well, left Ron in there. And again, man, you hit it right on the point. Look at the contracts. But, man, real quick, politics, when you think about it, man, I know hindsight is 20/20. I think about Richard Boykin. Boykin had a chance to take her out. He was at the height of his popularity. We wanted him. And she was going to come after him anyway. She was running against you anyway. She got behind Brandon. But we need to understand politics. He would have beaten her. He was the one that was the biggest opposition. He was the one talking about the lack of black contracts. But, no, he represents the interests of white people, particularly from the University of Chicago. Have a good weekend, Dave.
All right, let's go to Corey. You got the last call. Well, go ahead, Corey. You want to talk Chicago, 1690.
All right, hey, Maze, good morning. Hey, what's up? Big 55, what's up, man?
Good morning.
Hey, listen, I just want to be real quick with this. Dorothy Brown, Tony Preckwinkle, any of those people that are formally or attached to that daily machine, we don't need them. One of the biggest problems that I see with all of them is this. The city council has no balls. They're not independent. They're controlled by the mayor. The Black Caucus, or whatever you would call that in city council, is non-existent, talking about they're gangsters. Well, they're not gangsters against the mayor. They're gangsters against us. What we really need is somebody like Amara Inya. That's what we really need. Somebody with intellect, somebody with some perspective outside of that daily Democratic machine. And you mentioned Tom Balanoff being up there with Tony Preckwinkle. Well, I grew up in the Balanoff ward. Clem, Miriam, Verdoliak, John Pope. It's all the same, man.
See, it's all the same. And it's the same people that have got us in this demise trying to repick. Hey, Big O, I called up the chairman of the Black Caucus. I said, hey, man, we got a big chance to get this all together. I was excited. I was like, black people could come together. And I said, I was putting all the flags away saying, I'm not going to be mad. Listen to what he told me.
The easiest thing to do is start having conversations with not being judgmental. I mean, too often, and I must say that happens a lot on your show, even, Maze. We can't have a conversation without being judgmental.
But, Big O, I can't help but be judgmental when I look around my neighborhood and it look different than the other neighborhood. Now, I'm going to tell you something I think, right? Because I think that black folks, we need a 6-month emergency plan. Right, they're going to elect a governor and a mayor in a 6-month window. I don't think we have the ability right now to formulate a candidate and have a big set of plebiscites. But what I do think we can do is black people can we can have like the 6-month black challenge. You know how y'all would dump a bucket of ice on your head? You know how you would eat some cinnamon? You know how you set yourself on fire? How about this? How about a 6-month black challenge where we say for 6 months, we gonna try to stick together. Let's not worry about the candidate. Let the process weed out the candidate. And let's worry about being able to talk to black people and operate on one accord. See, we don't know who's gonna be the candidate. right? And right now the Democratic Party is trying to force you somebody. The unions are trying to force you somebody. Ed Burke, the Obamas, everybody trying to put somebody, they trying to make you make a decision today. How about we don't make no decision until December? But now, from now until December, we start meeting and talking to each other and saying, look, y'all, I know I don't get along with you all the time, but we could be run up out this city in the next 10 years if we don't do this right. So how about this? How about instead of everybody saying, I'm with Tony, I'm with this, we don't know who the best candidate is yet because we don't even know who's going to survive the petition challenge. So now imagine, remember how many people got in the race last time? Y'all jumped off the cliff and then they wasn't in the race? And then you had to switch up? Right? How about instead of that, how about we just start saying, black folks, let's start being politically aware. Let's start talking to the woke people and the sleep people. And let's be able to, when we put the call out and we say we going this way, we got a mechanism to say we going this way. And then we can put the list in front of all the candidates, black, white, Asian, Latino, and say, look, you got to agree to this list. And then black folks, you can pick who you want after the runoff. But we need to put a black person in that runoff. Look, it's Talk Chicago 1690 AM. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson.
Does that sound crazy?
No, it doesn't. The thing that's ringing in my head right now is this is the one time where I think Chicago can get that foot in the door like Harold Washington came out, but it has to be a person, like a Harold Washington or similar, similar background. But we have to really sit down at the table, educate ourselves, and know what we're dealing with. And now here's the question. As a black group, as a black community, are we smart enough to do that?
So this is what I think you got to take out of it, Big O. I don't think that we're going to get a Harold Washington candidate. I think it's too much, it's not enough time. Right? Exactly. So I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be a bunch of candidates, right? But that big list, first of all, a bunch of them are going to weed out. Then you're going to have a petition challenge process that the best candidates are going to knock out the amateurs. So let's say we come down, right, exactly. So say we come down to, Big O, there's 3 candidates that make it to the ballot, and we got to choose between 3. We need to have black people organized by the time the choices come down to say, we going with this person. Now, I believe that we need to put a black person, like all the black people, you need to just go to the basic element, which is tribalism. So in February for the first one, like we pick one black candidate and we say we don't care if it's Willie Wilson or Mari, I don't care who it is. The black candidate has to be in the runoff. See, because if we're not in the runoff, then they split us all up without ever having to negotiate. So now if it's Willie Wilson versus, let's say, Tony Preckwinkle. Tony Preckwinkle, who would ordinarily just be able to count on black folks to count us out, now has to talk about what she's going to do for black people, just like the other candidate. Now black people can listen and make a choice. But if we don't get a black person in the runoff, because there's going to be a runoff, then nobody has to talk black because you're going to pick between better or worse. So I don't want to tell black people they got to be, there may be somebody that's better in the place, but we got to put a black person in the runoff. And it's like, I feel like tribalism, by just saying vote black and having one candidate at the end, black people can get that. And if we own some, man, we tired of these, like you got a message for every level, man, bro, I don't think we can, I don't know about getting a candidate. Like if somebody electric got into the race, black, I don't know who it is, then I'm saying like, I wouldn't, like I'm using Larry Rogers, but Larry Rogers be pump faking too much. So I'm not, but I'm saying like, say a Larry Rogers got in the race. You probably can mobilize a whole bunch of people behind him to go. Cause he light skinned, he's a lawyer, he got the whole little package that people could get behind. But we gotta, if we don't have that person, then we ought to be able to say the boat is going this way, and anybody that ain't with the boat is part of the enemy. News. It's good being used. Yeah, you just keep on using me. Boom, until you use me up. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and sitting in with me, y'all, he's back. It's the Air Marshal, man. You had me nervous, man. You had me nervous, Big O. Yeah, man, Big O. Sometimes, man, you know, I get when people don't start showing up, I get nervous. I'm like, Big O, you ain't cut me off, did you? You ain't get tired of waking up early in the morning, did you?
You know, I have to pump my iron, eat my oatmeal, and say my prayers, and do all that stuff so I can come back ready to fight with you.
Ready to fight, because Big O, I think it's a big fight going on. So let me tell y'all something. I want to bring our people up to... So I've been spending a little time on Tony Preckwinkle, but I want to let y'all know that this mayor's race is really fluid. I'm going to tell you that the original 10 candidates, in my estimation, are going to drop to tier 2. Because I think that right now you are now looking at some heavyweights stepping up to the game. So like when you look at the fact that when you hear the name Valerie Jarrett, right? When you hear the name Arnie Duncan, right? That means the Obamas are playing. I'm hearing Quigley, which I'm hearing is also in the Obama kind of cabal. Then when I hear Gary Chico, that means that Ed Burke, because you know, people have you thinking Gary Chico is Latino. Right? And so he get the benefit of being Latino. Right. But he about green. Gary Chico about that money, and he's Greek. I believe he's Greek and Latino, but you know, that's an Ed Burke. So Ed Burke, if he puts this guy in that, now remember, Gary Chico ran pretty close to Rahm. Guess, you know, we black folks, Gary Chico won the white folks and everybody else. It was black folks who put Rahm in initially. Right? So then you got Tony Preckwinkle dominating the Democratic Party. Now think about this. If Tony Preckwinkle comes in, bro, she is going to be the ultimate undisputed boss. Boss. Because she going to be the boss of the city, the boss of the city council. She going to put her own person in at the county. And then she is going to also be the chair of the Democratic Party. Now, I just need to tell y'all what that means for black folks. Absolutely nothing. Just like at the Cook County Health and Hospital System. I mean, think about this. If you're pro-black, how do you stab Harold Washington's floor leader? How do you kill the last remnant of the movement?
Well, you work for the master.
But you know, but then they trick us with this progressive stuff, right? The progressive. But the progressive means liberal prejudice. Right? That means, you know what? As long as they do it to you on your neighborhood, it's all good. Yeah. Big O, I'm telling you, this is my thought, brother. I'm asking black people to keep your powder dry. I'm asking black people, stop making these declarations that I'm with this person already when this person hasn't even talked to you about black nothing. Right? So we haven't seen a black policy paper from any candidate. So when we know that black people are the last in 16 economic indicators, when we got the highest black unemployment, and when black people are leaving the city, and you black people say, I'm with someone, and you haven't seen any plan for addressing your issues, you are killing yourself. So instead of, and I'm going to tell you, we need to use this next 6 months, because Big O, the fate of black America black Chicago will be redetermined in 6 months, because they will do the remapping this next. So they will redistrict. We will lose congressional districts. There's a lot at stake. And we need a 6-month emergency plan And then we can get back to fixing all the rest of this stuff. But if we can't talk to each other, Big O, if we can't see that, like, you know, when you looking out and you see the clip, like on the movies and the waterfall is coming. Yeah. 6 months from now, we gonna be at the waterfall. Remember when Mayor Daley did this to us before? He dropped in 6 months later, this dude swooped in from Washington that we never knew, and he became the mayor of Chicago because black folks was caught flat-footed.
Well, let me say this too, to add to that. We as a black community, we've seen what it is, what we have right now, which is not a whole lot. We see what's going on the other side that he's taking care of. You know, all these deals that's being done, and we're not getting at it. At some point, we got to say, we need to put somebody in there that's in our favor, that's gonna do something for us, that has an agenda for us. And we got to come together. You're right, we have a short window to do this, and at some point, this gotta happen. Because I'm looking at these 36 odd people here, and knowing that as long as I've been in Chicago, none of them done anything for us.
See?
None of them.
See, and Big O.
None of them.
Have you heard any of them say black people yet?
No.
Have we heard, and I'm saying black folks, can we not be so easy? Like, Big O.
Don't lay down.
You think about it, Big O, you know how I feel black people are? Like, you know when you go to the club, or like back in the day when you was like superstar, I wasn't never that big, but I knew there was days when I went to the club, and it's like, easy, medium, hard, right? So like I went in and I would grab a drink and I'd be like, am I gonna go for the easy people, the easy lady, the medium lady, or the hard lady? Now the reward was with the hard lady, but the easy lady, I lay down real quick. See, you laugh, you know what I'm talking about though, don't you? See why you laughing? Cause you know, you be like, yeah, I'm telling too much. So I'm just saying, we don't want to be, can we not be the easy one? Can we be the ones at least, like, it was some that you could buy like Pabst Blue Ribbon and you be good. Then there was one that said, you know what, I need me a Bacardi and Coke. And then there was one that was like, please pass the Dom Perignon.
I'm drinking champagne.
Bro, I'm drinking champagne, right? What you know about champagne? I know if you come around here, you better come with some champagne. Black folks, can we not be Pabst Blue Ribbon? Can we not be Old English 800? Yeah. Can we have just a little, can we be a little hard? Look, it's the Talk of Chicago 1690. We come back, y'all. Big O, NFL football players making more money than ever. I got to ask you, because, you know, come on, man. 90 minutes. It's money's in the air. Which one? Eat both. We'll talk about it all when we come back to Talk Chicago 1690.
Man, you almost made a great analogy there.
What?
But right now, the hottest beer in bars amongst millennials
is Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes.
But this like we ain't talking to millennials, right? I remember. Look,
no, that's exactly the problem. That's exactly the problem.
Old school beer is coming back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like they loving that. All the bars have specials on it for like $1 bottle, you know?
But you know what I'm talking about, right? You know, look, bro. You know you used to, I don't know about you.
No, I'm just saying.
You didn't go right to the champagne. It went up from the Bacardi and Coke to the Long Island.
Right? Right. Oh, no, but if you, look, check this out. This is another telltale, though. Like, this is what you, if you, like, so then it's like you can try and judge, but if she says she wanted a Long Island, you was like, yep. Like,
oh, and it has to be top shelf.
No. Look, if they said Long Island, you knew you was like, Long Island. That means you are trying to be numb.
Yeah. It's going to be a good night. Yeah, because sometimes you don't get to the party on time and all the top. We call the number one picks. All the first rounders. They all in the corner getting
worked over.
Then you got the second round. Then you got the free agent. I won't be dealing with free agents. But every now and then,
you always need
a good pick out of free agent. You get a good one out of free agency, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, shit.
You get one that lasts for a while. Oh, Hey, you get one that lasts for a while.
Oh my God.
I've had a couple of free agents. I'll take them over the first round of the game.
Hey man, depending on the day, free agents. Let me stop. That
Cause they ready to work.
Woo! So this is all in the previous life. We talking about previous lives. Previous lives. This ain't got nothing to do with now. But yeah, the draft, the free agents. The free agents be trying to get on the team. They work harder, longer. They stay after practice.
They in the gym, working out hard. And I appreciate that hard work. Because when I don't want to work, somebody gonna work. Somebody gonna work.
Oh, it's Friday, y'all.
Yeah, thank God.
It's Friday. Oh my God.
Yeah. But let me say this, man, to flip the script though.
Go ahead.
Of all my days, I've never seen them people give up $140 million. And 70 of it up front.
At 90.
Well, that they say it's 90, but it's actually 70. Because the way it's structured, you know, they can possibly, you know,
finagle it. Okay.
But still, $70 million up front.
They said
$70 million up front. I'm set for the rest of my life.
But guess what? How many people? Think about that. Think about this, man. That's in NBA money all day. And them fools.
They've been giving that kind of money to quarterbacks.
Huh?
They've been giving that to quarterbacks. Oh, they've been doing that for the longest. Teams have been giving up that kind of money.
Okay, so
you know, but the Bears have never given up that kind of money.
Think about this, man. The first on Monday night, on Sunday night, the two highest paid players in the league will be playing with Aaron Rodgers and Khalil Mack. Now, Big O was
unemployment rate number just came out.
What?
All right, so unemployment report brought the president more good news. The unemployment rate for African Americans, 6.3%. It's the second lowest on record. It was 5.9% in May, and job growth remains strong. For Hispanics, the unemployment rate increased 0.2 of a point from last month's record low of 4.5%, and the overall unemployment rate remained at a low 0.9%. 201,000 jobs added, and wages have gone up.
Huh.
But what tier?
What tier jobs?
Is that really from? Because I'm looking in our community.
Right.
And I'm still seeing the same guy walk down the street.
Could I tell you that though? But can I tell you something, Big O? And so Illinois is the aberration. So remember, Illinois has blocked everything that he's done. So like, Illinois is the worst state for black people, period. And it was before Trump and it's after Trump. And that's why black folks are leaving, because they going to all these other places where they don't have to be walking down the street. You go to Texas right now, they are hanging. Right. Brothers be like, I skip over all these hangings and stuff.
Like going off the chain.
Ain't it? Ain't it, man?
The new black.
If y'all mess around and let us get ran this next time,
here we go.
I might be going to Houston.
And the positive news on wage growth in August, average hourly earnings for all employees on private non-farm payrolls rose by 10 cents to $27.16 over the year. Average hourly earnings have increased by 77 cents or 2.9%.
That's a Monday.
Yeah.
Do that though for Monday. Like, that's a good Monday. Keep that, because I'm not.
Yeah, and you know what? This just dropped, so it'll get broken down even more by Monday.
Yeah.
The man said, if I leave, all y'all gonna be poor. The newspaper's gonna crumble. Nobody's gonna exist. This world is going crazy.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we just watched last night. You know, the Atlanta quarterback,
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan was $30 million. $30 million man. So,
Oh, wait, so Khalil is, he's 3, 2. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo is number 2. Wait, 2. 1. Alex Smith. Wait, Alex Smith left. See, I didn't watch the season last year. So Alex Smith left Kansas City?
Yeah, a lot of people out of there when I got out of there. Yeah, a lot of folks left. Whew.
Let you. All right, here I go. Oh, look, it's football season. Huh? Huh? Flex.
Yeah.
Well, what's You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, but you know how we do at the top of the hour. Gotta say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom. What's up to Sonia Escobar in the musical conductor. And y'all,
Ladies in the house.
big look, yeah. Hey, y'all.
In the house.
Y'all know at 8 o'clock, when you hit a stretch, but I couldn't even get my stretch because all the women was in the window looking at Big O doing full-out leg stretches with his yoga. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what. It was a lot going on. Women, peel yourself off the windows. It is the WVON Morning Show. And y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what. Coming up, Leak and Sons Shining Star. That's going to be coming up at 8:20. So make sure you tune in because we like to always acknowledge our educators. But Big O.
Oh, yeah.
I could not wait for you to get back because I wanted to talk about this. Man, it seems like, Big O, it seems like the NFL players are making more money than ever. And I'm saying, man, the Chicago Bears, even Chicago Bears have the second highest paid player in the league now. The Chicago Bears? And then they gave the money to a black man.
Yeah.
Big O. First of all, let's talk about the fact that the level of money that is being handed out to players in the NFL. Now, you pointed out something interesting because you said they've been giving quarterbacks this type of money for a long time. But what's changing now?
Well, you have a situation, you have your leader, which is quarterbacks on most teams. You know, that's going to move that ball, spread that ball around, get that offense going, score a lot of points, and get you to the Super Bowl. Now you see where it's a spread offense out there, and you got to have a defensive player. Normally it's been a defensive end, like a Richard Dent, you know, like a Charles, Randy White, or you know, just somebody, a pass rusher coming off that end that's really putting pressure on that quarterback. Now you have Von Miller.
Right. Oh, now he's in the four. Is he playing a 3-4?
Hickey Mack now.
Got it.
Now you see you got two people coming off that corner. And this is becoming because Von Miller is making, you know, $60 million a year. You know, so now you got to pay for that position. They putting themselves in a position where, you know, you can earn some dollars. And wow, I mean, I sat there and said I was born too early.
Big O, so let me ask you a question. So
$140 million man, we must be a $240 million.
So tell me,
back in those days.
compare it to me. So compare salaries, like. So I'm looking at these players now making these record contracts. I remember when Wilbur Marshall, what he got, like $6 million.
Not to interrupt you, not to stop you, but I'm going to show you how real it is.
Break it down for me.
Lawrence Taylor was the highest paid linebacker in the NFL back in his day.
Right.
And he made $1.5 million. $1.5 million at that position. the highest paid defensive player in the NFL. Lawrence Taylor.
Hall of Famer.
I'll see him tomorrow night at an event we're going to. So we'll get to talk about these kids, Von Miller, the Kiki Mack.
What do y'all, Big O? What do y'all say? Like, is it a good thing? Are you happy for them? Do you feel like you got cheated? Talk to me.
Well, I wouldn't say you feel like you got cheated. You just feel like you was born too early. It's like, wow. If I was playing the game, you could demand that kind of money. But at that time, we were the highest paid people because they weren't really making no money. I tell people all the time, back in 1980 when I first came to Chicago, the minimum wage was $37,000. Guys had off-season jobs. Not until 87, the new collective bargaining agreement, not the new one, but at that time, the collective bargaining agreement opened the door for somewhat a free agency.
Now help me understand, what did the collective bargaining agreement, is that what the strike was about?
Well, the collective bargaining agreement is your union fighting for you.
Okay.
That's the union fighting for you. That's your advocate.
Yeah, but I always thought that Gene Upshaw used to be cool with Roger.
Well, when he died, his estate was worth $37 million, and he played in the 60s and the 70s. Where did he get that kind of money? So he was the Queen Sugar back at that time.
Really?
He was in the owner's pocket. He wasn't really trying to do nothing for a lot of players. They handpicked him. We didn't vote for him.
Really?
So
see Big O, how do they keep doing that to black people everywhere? So how is it that you all make up the league and you all are the base of the league, and then the white folks pick the black first person for their best interest?
I had this conversation yesterday. Just think about this. You take out all the black men out of football, all the black men out of basketball. Would you watch that game?
Come on, man. Now what you gonna watch, linemen? Like, what you gonna do? Watch big white, corn-fed white guys bumping into each other? Might as well be watching sumo wrestling.
So much of this, we are this league, but the key thing is, it just seemed like only 2 or 3 people demand that kind of money. When I say demand, not actually demanding it, but get in a position to get that kind of money. You get a Mack or a Miller, Von Miller, those guys. Back in our day with the Richard Dance, only a few guys. Walter Payton was, a high-paid guy on our team. But Walter, hey.
But look what he had to go through. How long did it take?
Times change. That kind of money, you demand that. And the league got to pay that. Because I wish, when we were doing that collective bargaining agreement, they just signed a new one this year. They signed a 10-year deal, and the owners never had to show their books. So we really don't know what they make.
And aren't they nonprofits or something?
Well,
don't they?
They went in, and now they're paying taxes,
on what you can see.
Exactly.
Man.
So it's all I can sit back and say is, I hope he's worth it.
Man, and it's guaranteed money. Do you think we're moving?
$7 million up front of it's guaranteed.
Do you think we're moving towards guaranteed contracts in the NFL with all of the mental?
It's here for some reason. Yeah, it's finally here. To a point where you're hearing it more often now than you've heard it ever.
Okay.
Because there was no such thing in the NFL guaranteed money, other than what you got up front. So your little attorney or your agent negotiated whatever it was. He got most of it up front. So now, it's when you get that kind of money, it's guaranteed.
Big O, so you know what? Times have changed. And one of the things that has changed about the times is that the players, in some cases, are more independent. They're more, well, I don't know. Maybe you tell me. I think of Colin Kaepernick, right? And this stand or kneel that he took that I thought meant that he was being ostracized from the league. And now he has a contract. Well, he had a contract with Nike already, but now he's got a new line of apparel coming out, as well as signing a top-level endorsement deal at the level of a top-level athlete for his activism and his taking of a knee. Yesterday, the commercial, earlier this week, the commercial came out. We have to do the Leaking Sun Shining Star, but when we come back after that, let's talk about that because I'm a little confused. I want the brother to do well, but I'm concerned that, I looked at him more like a Muhammad Ali instead of a marketing kind of thing, and I'm worried that our activism may have been bought by Nike. So we'll talk about it when we come back after traffic and no weather. We'll be back.
Let's get to that.
So think about this.
Because number one, let me say this: Nike is smart.
Right.
They're doing what they did.
But it's marketing.
Right.
It's not because Nike is so concerned about black people issues and that they're like, ooh, Colin, they like, damn, you mean to tell me black people will buy red, black, and green hoodies and red, black, and so now he got a line, and in the commercial, it ain't got no police, nothing. Yeah. They got Nike swoosh hijabs for the Arab girls running. The flag is in the background. He don't never take a knee. He don't never kneel. Right. He don't never do nothing. And we all like, yes, Nike. And Nike is like, we got y'all ass.
But look at this scenario. Think about this.
We have the Trevor audio too.
The courts ruled that there was some collusion. So he continued his trial. So he'll possibly get some money from the NFL. Nike has all the NFL apparel. So the league said, Nike, you pay him. I don't have to pay him. We're gonna fight it in court. We're gonna give him a couple of dollars. We don't even have to bring him back in the league. You can make a lawyer out of him. You pay him. You keep him quiet.
Look at that. Hold on.
I mean, you brought up a good point. I mean, I commend Nike.
I'm telling y'all do not want to hear your boy. You don't want to hear me. You don't, cause y'all like being lied to. Just lie to me, baby. Lie to me, make it sound good, make me feel good about myself. It's okay. You still the side chick, Negroes.
Now we can give you your $2 million out of the settlement. We don't have to worry about you. Nike's gonna take care of you. Bam. We don't have to worry about that knee anymore. But it's gonna come to roost at some point. We're gonna find out where you really are. We're gonna find out where you really are. Yes.
This traffic report is brought to you by White Castle.
Mays, notice this is Principal Bazil. Bazil.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
See you, my brother.
I mean, my son on TV growing up. Oh my God. Oh my God. These guys are men. I'm telling you. We don't have teams like those anymore.
Welcome.
So we're gonna meet those here. I think they're a volume that'll work for you if you let me know.
Okay, so the school is wait, hold on.
And then you into the microphone, you want to get about that far away from it, okay?
And you're the principal. Where is Augustus Tolton?
71st in Calumet.
Okay, cool. It's in Chicago. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a block west of King Drive.
PJ Bazil.
Yep.
Private sector finance. So how'd you become a principal? We'll talk about all that later. All right, Chuck. We'll talk about it when we get through. What's up, y'all? All right, get ready. Take a moment, share the broadcast, but don't just share it on your page. Share it in your group. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. And then when we come back, y'all I told y'all, Nike so smart, and we such lollipops.
Yeah.
We'll do that in a second.
Yeah.
You can come over here together. Okay.
The black lollipops. We love it. Oh, yeah. So I'm telling you, you going to show up at all the marches, and everybody going to have on Nike, right? Check this out. What happens when Skittles does a Trayvon Martin commercial? The Skittles of Trayvon Martin. It wasn't when they do red, black, and green Skittle pack, right? Y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, Skittles is so good to us. Red, black, and green Skittle pack. Y'all, but I'm telling you, they're gonna be sponsored. All our marches are gonna be sponsored, right? Look, Skittles, Nike, look, and now Nike gonna have black people watch. We gonna be protesting Adidas for sweatshops while Nike got them too. Everybody got your shop on the star. You are tuned into the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and y'all, you know how we do once a month. It's back to school. We are back in the building, and every month, Donna Leak and Sons, y'all, it is the Shining Star program. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell y'all what. It's nothing, now, y'all know how I feel about the WVON morning show. And there's nothing I love more than being with the WVON morning show listening audience. But one of the other things you hear me talk about all the time is what's in it for the black people. And so when we think about people that are but answering that question, then you got to think about Leak and Sons. And so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WVON morning show. Welcome back, Donna Leak from Leak and Sons, to talk to us today about our principal shining star. Donna Leak, welcome back to the WVON morning show. How was your summer? Very, very, very busy. Well, look. Getting ready to open schools. Well, you know what? It is, education is so important, and it is so important that we have leaders in our schools that care about our children and that take it to the next level. So why don't you tell me a little bit about Principal Philip Bazille of Augustus Tolton Catholic Academy. Well, that's a big mouthful. Tell us a little bit about us, Donna.
Well, so here's the interesting thing about Principal Bazille. He actually did not start out in education. He holds a ton of degrees from Purdue, from Chicago State. He was actually in the sciences, and he was in data migration. He was doing all kinds of STEM-related activities, and decided later in his career to go into education, which is very rare, to walk away from what he was doing, but to go in and actually work in the public schools as a teacher. He's been assistant principal. He's been a science coordinator. Now he's a principal. And what's really amazing is the school where he's the principal, it's a STREAM school. So it's science, technology, religion, engineering, arts, math, and he is their new principal. And I have to also say, he's on the school board.
Good Lord!
Yeah, so not only is he a principal, he's on the school board in District 168 in Sauk Village. He's the vice president of a school board. So he is not just living as an educator working, he's also giving back in the government section of education as well. So he's as I said, he's amazing. He's an African-American male who has engineering degrees, was out working as an engineer and decided he wanted to come back and be in the education field.
Donna, let's let him talk. Because you know what? I think both of us, I'm looking at this resume in front of me and I'm saying, I don't think we can get it all out. I don't think we're going to be able to get it all out in this short segment. So you know what? Let me do this. Let me bring into the conversation Principal Philip Bazille. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the principal of Augustus Tolton Catholic Academy. Man, brother, how does a brother with all these degrees get back to go to teaching, man? Psychology, engineer. How do you become a principal? What made you do it?
It's good morning, Chicago.
Good morning.
Good morning, WVON listeners.
Listen,
Good morning, Mr. Bazell.
Good morning, Mrs. Leek. Dr. Leek, I'm sorry. It is a great day. It was a long journey. It was a long journey. Many mergers and acquisitions. I'm not as young as you think I am.
Yeah, that's because black don't crack, bro. We all around here like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so back in the 90s, a lot of mergers and acquisitions happened and companies changed names, and although you sat in the same desk, you worked for a different company. Then there was outsourcing that went on in the financial industry and banking industry, which got me into the software business. But my degrees kind of helped me, just migrate along. And then one day I really just got tired of working for just rich people and wanted to give back to the community.
So how did you get with the Leaks then? Because they the richest people in Chicago.
No, you know what?
Okay, I'm just playing. Sorry.
I didn't even know them. This is like a shock to me. But when I've been in education for a long time, and a lot of our students, they don't excel well. When I graduated from CVS, Chicago Vocational.
Oh, I went to y'all picnic this weekend.
And I went to Purdue. It was like that was my first experience. I thought I was the stuff when I went out there, and realized that I was just amongst many.
So tell me the secret to your success in interacting, because you're a financial multi-degree guy. How do you relate to kids for success?
Humble beginnings. I grew up on the southeast side of Chicago, on South Shore, and I knew the environment that we were in, and I struggled to get out. We had a lot of, gangs around our area, but I never wanted to be part of that. I always wanted to get out. And when I got out, I wanted to bring people with me. And so once I graduated, I knew that, I had that calling to, just bring a lot of my young brothers and sisters out with me. And so, going into education is how you do that. You only get there by learning, by being intelligent and getting out.
Now, Augustus Tolton Catholic Academy, that's a big name. Who the heck is Augustus Tolton?
Well, interesting thing. It's a young man that wanted to become a priest. He had that calling in his heart, and the Catholic Church would not let him be a priest here in the United States.
Get out of here.
They wouldn't let him go to school here. But, he wanted to be there, so they sent one of the cardinals sent him to the Vatican to become a priest. And so he learned how to become a priest in Rome. And when it was time for him to come back, they were going to send him to another country, but the Pope stated that no, he's going back to the United States, and that's how he became the first black priest in the United States. He's from Missouri.
Now check this out.
He came to Chicago.
I gotta wrap it up because we gotta go to news, traffic, and weather. But before I do, I just want you to tell us, what is your secret to success that you tell your students?
Hard work, perseverance, faith, and values.
That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? Those are the same values that are embodied by this Shining Star program. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to always show love and respect to the Leek and Sons for the Shining Star Principal program. Donna Leek, you got anything you want to tell the people before we go?
Just have a wonderful school year. I'm glad we're open.
All right, well, y'all, let me tell y'all what. Take those babies back to school. Let's get straight A's, no B's, no C's. We want to make sure we have a great school year. It's the Leek and Sons Shining Star program. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after news, traffic, and the weather.
Live from the WVON News.
Come on, get me going in the picture, man. You better get the world champion in there.
Rainy and gray skies today, temperatures topping out at around 70. Good morning. I'm in Illinois, and here's what's happening. There was a major rescue happening, and fire crews are still in the three-story building at 79th and Phillips, where almost 24 people died, and 6 people taken to the hospital, some children. It apparently started at around 6:30 this morning on the upper floors of the courtyard apartments, leaving dozens without a place to live. Family and friends hosted a vigil last night for a Chicago teenager who was killed by the violence that he Delmonte Johnson died in his brother's arms Wednesday night after being shot in the chest and stomach by someone in an approaching tan-colored vehicle near 86 and Euclid. He was outside his brother's basketball practice. The 19-year-old was a volunteer with the anti-violence organization.
Good Kids. Congratulations, my brother. Keep on educating our kids. Get them some
Later this
financial
morning,
literacy,
President
too.
Barack Obama will be at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign campus to accept the Ethics in Government Award.
Oh, there, man.
Obama is also expected to
Huh?
deliver a
Thank
major
you.
speech about the midterm elections and on what's happening with the current president.
Yes, indeed.
Well, the judge overseeing the Jason Van Dyke murder trial ruled that Van Dyke
Okay,
didn't
Big O, you got the camera.
violate.
Titus!
My finding is that there has been a violation of conditional bail. I'm going to increase bail by a total of $2,000.
This morning, he's at home after briefly being taken into custody yesterday until he paid the extra money. He now has a new mugshot. Last week, he gave the Tribune a 40-minute interview and did an on-air camera interview with Channel 32 News. The special prosecutor called those actions calculating and an effort to influence the case through the press. Apparently, Judge Vincent Gong agreed. Well, as you head downtown to work this morning, you'll have to share the sidewalk with thousands of striking hotel workers. Unite, Local 1, announced that housekeepers, servers, cooks, and doormen from 25 hotels are all striking for year-round health care, sick days, and livable wages able to raise a family. They have to look at our news now on 1690 WVON. Traffic and weather up next. WVON News Time, 8:32.
Brought to you by Staples. Stop by Staples today for your small business and take advantage of the back-to-school deals. Right now, buy a ream of Staples copy paper and get a second one free. In-store only. Offer ends 9/8/18 while supplies last. Make back-to-school your business at Staples.
Got to step up.
Guess who's back? The 21st Annual Chicago Football Classic, sponsored by Sherman Dodge Chrysler Jeep of Skokie and BMO Harris Bank, Comcast, NBC5 Chicago, Telemundo Chicago, and Sports Chicago, is back at Soldier Field. On Saturday, September 22nd, see the Miles College Golden Bear take on the Morehouse College Tigers. The day begins with the HBCU College Fair and the Financial Literacy Summit, tailgating at the High School Battle of the Bands. The gridiron action starts at 3:30 p.m. At halftime, there's the classic Battle of the Bands. Purchase tickets in person at Midway Hotel.
Big O, I don't be seeing you on Facebook. I see you killing Instagram, man. You be killing Instagram.
Well, one thing at a time, man. Wrong way to build the
Big O killing Instagram.
One step at a time, my man. I'm coming. You told me to do it, and I'm doing it. You told me to do it.
Big O, what you got this weekend, man?
Pro Football Weekly.
What's that?
They honoring Anthony Munoz, Lawrence Taylor, Dan Hampton, and a bunch of other people in Crystal Lake. Yes, tomorrow night.
How much them tickets? Can you buy tickets for that? Is it too late? It's like you got to be like
Let me
super.
find out.
Because that's something I would buy tickets to without a doubt.
I'll find out. Because if I can get some folk, get some, you ain't got to even buy nothing.
Umbale.
So, yeah, so that's Saturday. Then, then Sunday, with my Miller contract. I'll be
Sunday, you said?
Somewhere, drinking Millers, watching the game.
Oh, you're doing a late one, too. Because the game late.
Exactly. Well, that's what we do.
Right. I got
football season. So it's either the 12 o'clock noon or at 7:30. Prime time.
Baby. So I was making fun of Sonya back there because she got on the African attire. So I was back there doing my African baby. Let me show you. I'm going to show you. Watch. Here, I'll be right there. Okay, y'all. We was being silly. We was doing the umbaba. They back there with the African kente claw. We had the... All right. We like to get Big O a Queen Sugar shirt, y'all. Oh. Huh? She on.
Sticking something down our throat. Jesus. But why do we keep letting them do it, though?
Huh?
I don't understand why we keep letting them do it. Why?
Cause they trying to coordinate her right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I said when I got back and I saw that, I'm like, man, come on, you can't even handle the job you got right now.
Man.
And now you trying to jump in that seat?
Man.
Please, y'all don't let that happen. Please don't let it happen.
Baba.
Y'all don't let it happen.
We about to go to Nike, y'all. They about to get mad. Big O broke the game down to you. He took it another level. He said the owner said pay that fool. Y'all pay him. We gave y'all multi-million-dollar, multi-year contract.
They didn't want to lose that money from Nike.
Okay.
So the owners ain't stupid.
Okay.
That's some huge dollars that's still being passed around. So they figure, okay, we'll go ahead and do it. We won't say nothing because notice they didn't do it. Did you see the beginning of the game last night?
Mm-hmm.
National anthem and all that?
No,
Wasn't nothing said about it.
I thought they didn't even show it.
Yeah, they showed it. I turned it on just to see what's going to happen. I want to see
Who did they kneel? Did they take a knee?
Come on.
Nobody took a knee?
Nobody.
I thought my man Malcolm what?
Nobody. We were sitting there waiting. I'm like, come on, man. Nobody. Money talks.
It's me. Here's Mike. If I could be like Mike.
Boy, got his own song. Be like Mike.
You are tuned into the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is world champion, Super Bowl, Chicago Bear, monster of the Midway, and the guy who be knocking on the door at 50,000 feet. I don't know whether he jumps that high, he flies that high, but some kind of way, whenever the soul plane is up in the air, 50,000 feet, the Air Marshal makes his way to us. Now, Air Marshal.
Yeah, just get the job done.
Look, man, I'm torn, brother.
Talk to me.
So this whole Colin Kaepernick Nike protest, just do it thing, I watched the commercial, and let me start here. I don't want to hate on nobody making their money, so kudos to Colin Kaepernick for signing a Nike deal for his activism. Kudos to Nike for supporting Colin Kaepernick. But I feel like it took some of the air out of what it stood for. I watched the commercial. I saw an American flag in the background with Colin Kaepernick standing in front of it. And I don't think he has to kneel in front of every flag. But what I saw was there were no police in the nothing that he stood for or that I thought we were standing for was in the commercial. But he has the connotation of all of these things. Like, I thought of him as kind of like a Jim Brown. Well, you know, they done changed up on Jim Brown since the Trump thing. I thought of him like a Muhammad Ali, like making this great sacrifice. And again, I'm not mad at him for making money. But Big O, let me play it. So you got a clip of the commercial. Play the commercial.
Don't believe you have to be like anybody to be somebody. If you're born a refugee, don't let it stop you from playing soccer.
Immigration, what that got to do with police brutality?
At age 16. Don't become the best basketball player on the planet. Be bigger than basketball. Believe in something.
What?
Even if it means sacrificing everything. when they talk about the greatest team in the history of the sport, make sure it's your team. If you have only one hand, don't just watch football, play it at the highest level. And if you're a girl from Compton, don't just become a tennis player. Become the greatest athlete ever. Yeah, that's more like it. So don't ask if your dreams are crazy. Ask if they're crazy enough.
So I want to make sure that I'm clear. I'm not suggesting that he didn't take the fight to the fight. But I do believe that we have to remember that Nike is a business. They make marketing decisions based on profitability. And I think we've gotten to, Nike is Nike the official apparel brand of Black Lives Matter now? Is it now the official brand of all protests? Will we see a Nike swoosh at the bottom of, like, do we now start, can Swisher Sweets now start sponsoring marches in Ferguson? Right, because Mike Brown may have died over that. Does Camel and do Newports start to get sponsorship of Mike Brown? Right? I want you all to understand that when corporations make decisions, there's corporate responsibility, but even in corporate responsibility, they look for a return on investment. Sonia, play what Trevor Noah said yesterday.
I genuinely big fan of Colin Kaepernick.
Me too.
I love the ad. I do worry, though, that people have become a little too convinced by corporations that suddenly seem to have political stances. That's what I worry about.
Where's Nike been?
And so my thing is, at the end of the day, we always have to acknowledge and remember that corporations are trying to make money.
Yeah.
Right? So a corporation is trying to make money. They're always going to go for the best interest of the corporation. So as much as people are like, yeah, I'm going to buy Nikes because they support, it's like, yeah, but they're also trying to make money, and they see there's a trend that they think can be profitable. Now, that thing can align with what you believe in, but I don't think people should put their alignment behind brands. You know, buy the shoe because you like the shoe. Don't be like, I buy the shoe because it represents my political beliefs, because I don't know that it completely does, you know, because you very quickly go down a rabbit hole of things that Nike may not do or do that you don't like. That all of a sudden puts you in a quagmire.
So, all I want, I really don't want this to be a judgment on Kaepernick. What I want this to be is an eye-opening moment for black people, because, guys, they send us off and they have you looking at the wrong thing. Do y'all remember when Kylie Jenner had her commercial with Pepsi and with the activism and everybody went crazy? Remember that?
Well, they're burning Nike shoes right now.
Big O, so talk to me, man. I mean, because you said the owners told Nike to do it.
Well, I don't know really if they told him to do it, but let me just say this, you know, and this, listening to this gentleman talk, and then when I got that little whatever kind of moment it was,
right.
Nike is in bed with the owners, okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody wear Nike brands out there, okay? Colin Kaepernick he's still taking his stance. The judges ruled that there was some collusion, so he's going to fight that fight. I don't think he'll ever get back in the NFL.
No.
But he'll probably get some money, you know,
from the
settlement to make it go away. So I'm thinking the owners, you know, they say, well, hey, we ain't going to say nothing. We'll give them this settlement because we make trillions of dollars, billions of dollars. We'll give him his few dollars. Nike, you take care of the problem. You deal with it. And so, you know, that's my thought. Now, mind you, I have no evidence or nothing to back that up. I'm just thinking because it makes sense. If I was an owner and I was he's fighting that fight, Nike does what they do. Because Nike, number one, is trying to make money. I'm glad, I commend them for what they did, you know, to give him some recognition, give him a platform. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he gave him a platform, but just put him out there. But they took a little hit because people got mad. But what did they do 2 days later? it
came back because guess
came
what?
back
They
and
was like,
back in the long run.
Big O. They said, you know what? Hold on. Is Nike launching a Colin Kaepernick ad for all these mad Negroes in the street? Ooh, they about to have. I'm telling you, Nike stock sales go down because they're trying to buy their stuff back, and then it goes back up because we gonna buy every Colin Kaepernick thing. I was telling you I was doing a march for Colin Kaepernick, and it was at least 20 people with brand new Nike Colin Kaepernick jerseys. Now, mind you, we out here protesting. They went and got a new jersey.
Shirts, shoes.
Yep.
So some of the players might start wearing the shoes.
Good. The protest shoes. See, look at that. They're going to have some red, black, and green Nike protest shoes, and all the players going to be wearing them. And we going to, I got me some red, black. You know what? All right. So, Dennis, when we come back, I'm going to let you tell us the point, because I'm telling y'all that all I'm saying is get your money. But don't have me sitting out football season if everybody get paid. Just let me know that everybody get paid and I do my thing. Look, it's Tough Chicago. When we come back, Big O, think about what you got coming up this weekend because we're going to talk about all that and wrap this thing up. It's Tough Chicago, 1690 AM.
More of the morning show with Mace Jackson coming up on the Talk of Chicago.
The shoes. So they could be a quiet protest wearing the shoes.
I'm saying, and it ain't going to be a protest because the shoes ain't free. Right. Think about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. I'm saying, think about how many people going to go buy a Colin Kaepernick Nike protest jersey. And you think it's going to be cheaper or more expensive?
Hey, it's going to be a $30 t-shirt. Instead of $12.99 t-shirt. So yeah, they're going to make their money back. So, that just made me think about that. It's like, okay, really, what's going on here?
They ain't nobody trying to lose. And do you think Nike is going to jam themselves up with the NFL over this?
Do you think the NFL going to jam themselves up with Nike?
Got it.
That's just like, a beer company that represents, like Miller.
Right.
They ain't pulling their beer.
Right.
Remember Adrian Peterson and all that stuff was going down? And they said, hey, you either get rid of him or we'll take our $57 billion back. They got rid of him real quick for a whole year. For a whole year. He came, they let him back in. Now look at him. A running back of that caliber can't even stay on the team.
Dang. Then he just got picked up by D.C., Washington, right?
Yeah.
He's
been everywhere. He's been 3 teams last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson?
He started out with,
I didn't watch no football last year.
The Phoenix Cardinals.
Was he not? Is he can't play no more?
Cardinals to the New Orleans Saints.
Why did they get rid of him? I mean, is he not? Is he fell off now?
They make the call. Don't mess with mine. I don't mess with yours. Get rid of him at some point. You know how to do it. Come on, man. It's plantation, man. Remember they sold slaves throughout the
Look at Big O breaking this down for y'all. See, this is why y'all don't want to listen. Y'all, it's too much truth on the WVON morning show. It's too much.
Man, come on. And old boy Ray Rice, he gone.
We ain't even heard what happened to Ray Rice.
He coaching high school football.
Is he?
Yeah.
They gave at least he
got a job. Coaching high school football. And he's training some athletes. And he did walk away with, like $5 million.
Oh, they probably paid him that to just be like, look.
Well, that was half of his contract. But he sued to get the rest of his contract. He only got half of it. So he got like $3 to $5 million somewhere. So at least you walk away with something.
Well, I mean, most people don't make $5 million.
His career is gone. So Colin Kaepernick, okay, let's go back to him. We know we got to fight this fight. Okay. We got the lawyers that can lock this up for the next 20 years. But let's give him his money. Give him about $4 or $5 million out of the settlement. Nike, you take care of him. Because we ain't fighting against you. Because now I got money too. You got money? That won't look good in the paper. The owners get mad at Nike. Told the president, you need to shut up. We'll handle our own business. We got this. So now I don't know if that's a scenario, but you look at it, because what you think, well, 2 things Nike doing it for. Make money, because they know they're going to make some money off it, because people are going to buy them jerseys, buy them shirts, players going to probably wear the shoes, and here you are protesting, you can't even wear your own shoe in the league. You can't even wear your own shoe in the league. But hopefully the rest of somebody will win.
Let's take this turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. Erica Swain Farrell, this is your karaoke song. Then I get a little bit tired. Turn around, bro. Turn around. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then. Turn around. Little bit helpless. Turn around, bruh. You are tuned in to the Talking Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, sitting in with my man, Big O. Get off the windows, ladies. Get off the windows. I cannot believe y'all are look, no licking the windows. I know y'all trying to get in the studio. This is my show. The attention comes to me, thank you very much, but that's all right. Look, I got Dennis on the line. Dennis is a little upset with us, Big O. He don't think we get it. Dennis, what are we missing, man?
Hey, good morning, yeah. Hey, I think you guys looking at Colin in a different light, like a sellout almost.
No. Nobody's selling out.
Let me say this. Let me say this. You're talking about the money, the message, and all that. And instead of talking about him getting the money from Nike or something, how many? You talk about the black football players. If they left the field, what kind of product would be out there? How many black football players stood up with him, Colin? None of them. They all wanted that money. They wanted the notoriety. They were scared of the white man, and they would take that Nike contract in a second. Big O, you would too. I would too, and everything. Now, I wrote a letter to the Bears. Now, they could resolve this issue very easily. There's two other anthems they could play. American the Beautiful, God Bless America, and take that Star Spangled Banner away, and the black players could make that happen. All they'd have to do, one game. They could say, we're not playing one game. And see, Colin, his message was, okay, be the best you can be.
Thanks, Dennis. Let me tell you. I'm not mad, Big O. I don't think I
didn't even take Nike's money. I would Puma.
Big O. Hey, y'all, just so y'all know, Jay-Z is with Puma now, too. So we're clear. Jay is with Puma, so I got a house full of Nikes, though. Now, but I'll tell you this. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell y'all black folks that if these are the same corporations that you will be complaining about in 3 weeks, 3 years, what they have or have not done. Can you answer the question, what has this company done for black people? I'm not tripping out on you not being able to answer it, but I do want to make sure that before we jump down this rabbit hole of these people love us, they like us extra special, remember, we are a commodity. We are a profit. They are not doing it for they loving us. They doing it because they gonna make some money. Big O, what you got going on this weekend, man?
Well, this weekend, Pro Football Weekly doing an event in Crystal Lake, honoring Anthony Munoz, Dan Hampton, Lawrence Taylor, some of the former NFL greats. So we're gonna sit there and break some bread and do the ceremony kind of thing.
Do a ceremony. You can wear the tux and come out there and be
I'm gonna just have the suit on, sit back, and watch the guys get honored, and then Sunday, Miller, get out on the road and
now, Big O, you got to
start shaking hands and taking pictures.
Put the Instagram up, man.
Football go.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all what. I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all can be mad if y'all want to. I'm watching NFL this year. Because I sat up the whole damn year, didn't have no fantasy football, I was in withdrawal, didn't have my chicken wing Sundays, called myself standing in solidarity. And this dude around here catching checks. Like, can I get a check? You know what? I need a check too. I ain't even tripping. Look, man, I'm going to tell y'all about this mayor's race. So, Big O, on Monday, Toni Preckwinkle is announcing an exploratory committee to tell us why she should run for mayor. And I'm saying, because she do an exploratory committee on how come ain't no black people got no contracts at the Cook County Board. Y'all, we have to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Can we be smart enough? Big O, remember black people, I want you to remember this analogy. Big O, when you was you always a world champion. But when you was in your heyday before your wife, and before I was married and all that stuff, there was 3 types of people in the club. Right? It was the girl you knew you could buy a beer, she'll burp and leave with you. There was the lady that you could get some Bacardi and Coke, she'll sip and leave with you. And then there was the lady who demanded champagne, drank all your champagne, might have had a good conversation and walked away and decided later if she was going to get back with you. Was that real enough?
Okay, so far you're doing okay.
So can we, black people,
don't fall for the Kool-Aid?
Can we not see the Kool-Aid? See the Kool-Aid, that's the priest. We gotta stay away from the priest. We don't gotta get up. Yeah. We in the bar. I just wanna make sure we 21. So look, don't be the girl that takes the beer and burps and leaves with the dude.
Okay.
Don't be the girl who sips the Bacardi and Coke and then leaves. Black people, be the people that demand the champagne. Talk a little bit, leave, and then think about whether you're going to come back and give them another shot to get you another bottle of champagne. See, some people think their stuff is precious, and some people just give it away. We've been giving ours away for a long time, and they've been taking it, beating it up, if you know what I mean. Beating it up. Got you all outside.
Yeah.
Just doing you all types of ways. Just, no respect for your mama trying to bang your head on the headboard. Meanwhile, black people, you see, you laughing, Big O, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know when you around there performing and that's how they doing this. Black people, let's not get loved up again. Let's call it loved up again. Don't be the bottle of beer. Be the champagne. Look, for Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, for Miss Sonia Escobar, the music conductor of the Soul Plane, for the Air Marshal,
yes,
world champion, Big Otis Wilson. I am the host of the WVON Morning Show. Check this out, y'all. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them you got to come see us at Black and White tomorrow in Bolingbrook Golf Club. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. May said we out of here. Peace.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation. 1690 WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Democrats want to love all up on you.
Rainy in Chicago on this
for
Friday.
Free. We don't get no champagne. Let me tell you. It's people you know you can take to McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
It's people you know you got to take to Fridays. And then the ones that you got to take to Gibson's, right?
And some of them you can bring a bag on this phone.
Man, let me tell you, I had tiers. I used to have a dinner tier list till I got to my wife. I was like, you get, every time I went out with Carrie, we was at if you ain't make the list of the Chicago's best, wasn't. But if you was in between, oh yeah, you might meet me at the bar.
It might not have been a good bar. My brother, man.
Hey, y'all, Big O in the building.
Yeah.
Say peace to him, Big O. They.
What's up, guys? Hey, this weekend, the rivalry, NFL, Green Bay, Chicago. We're going to see what happens. Money talks, and the rest of that stuff walks. So,
peace. We out of here.
We out.
Thanks, Big O.
You need another analogy.